I'm Rob,
And I'm Christopher.
and we're the Yacht Experts. And we're here today in South Florida on our newest listing, a 2025 375 Schaefer. Spectacular boat, my first time on it. I'm going to turn this over to my partner, Christopher, our boat nerd, who will tell you a little bit about the amazing history of this company and this brand.
Christopher, please. Thank you, Rob. Well, it's important to me, before I get into anything about the specifics of a boat brand or model, I want to understand the company. I want to understand the people who build the boat. I want to understand the history, their commitment to quality. I've always known Schaefer was a high quality vessel, but until we got this listing and I did a deep dive research on the Schaefer company, I didn't realize how impressive it actually is. So Schaefer Yachts was founded in 1992 and has delivered nearly 4,000 boats around the world. Schaefer builds boats ranging from approximately 31 feet to 81 feet. So this is actually on the smaller side. This 375 is on the smaller side of their build classification. And if you look at their factory, their processes, they are using the latest computer-aided design technology. They're using 5-axis CNC cutting pieces and technology. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I know it's good. It's impressive. But what that has resulted in, and I do know what this is the European Union has a classification grading system for boats. And it's a rigorous process. They have to be independently certified by a recognized body by the European Union. And you have A class, which is transatlantic crossing capable. And the next level down is Class B, European Union Class B. It's a rigorous certification. It means this boat is good in conditions up to 40 knots of wind, 14 feet of swell. Now, well, that's a little extreme, but it is legit. This is a legitimately safe, strong, solid, and stable boat. And before I look at pretty features, pretty fiberglass, cool functionality, I want to know that my family, my friends, and myself are going to be safe on the water.
Safety first. So this sounds like it's a little bit more than our yacht certification, which we get so excited about for our American brands.
It is, Rob. And the other thing I learned about Schaefer Yachts is many manufacturers do a traditional fiberglass layup process, which is fine, but it's been used for nearly 100 years to make fiberglass boats. This is a vacuum infusion process, which removes any possible voids or bubbles in the fiberglass and makes for a very strong, rigid hull. And even in the little bit we've been running this boat, I felt that.
Sure. Yeah. And lighter. Well, that's very cool. Well, that is interesting. We've seen lots of boats now coming out of Brazil. Right? They've got a 100+ year tradition of building boats. But Schaefer is kind of the grandfather and the high bar for the production of pleasure boats. Am I correct?
That's very accurate. They not only were one of the first, but they have just stayed ahead of the curve in technology, refinement. Their manufacturing facilities look like a Tesla factory. It's just a really impressive operation.
So what we have here is, kind of an amazing opportunity, a 2025. The 2026 are coming in, subject to, what's that word? Yeah, tariffs. We think, we're not sure, every day is different, but at the end of the day, a used 2025, and I say used, it is lightly used.
Yeah.
This boat is absolutely magnificent.
Yes.
The opportunity for a smart, sophisticated buyer to not steal a boat, because that's just not the case, but to get an incredible deal on a boat and have it delivered immediately is standing right in front of them. So I'm excited to go through the boat in detail.
I am too, and I know you're going to cover a lot of the features, benefits of this boat, of which there are many. But those triple 400 horsepower V10 Mercury engines, again, just a little bit of driving we've been doing. We've got 1,200 horsepower back there, and you can't even hear them. You can't even hear the engine.
It is, in fact, my friend and client, Alan, who was on board, who has a 2021 Sea Ray with the 350 motors on it, the twin 350, was talking about how much quieter these triple 400s are than his twin 350s. And that's, you know, Mercury technology is just remarkable. So that's really cool. And this boat, I mean, if this has to be a close to 60 mile an hour, wide open throttle.
I certified that this model with triple 350s does 55.
Yeah.
So this is likely a 60 mile per hour boat, which is kind of amazing.
Faster than you're going to need to go.
Yes.
But the get up and go is awesome, and the efficiency of those motors is awesome. The layout of the boat, I'm just looking at her. She is clean, well thought out. There are some things now, you know, and you have your stuff with your deep dive in the manufacturing. I'm much more of a kind of a feature and benefit guy. And I just want to point out some things now. I'm still learning the switches and all here. So the first thing I want to do is show this sunroof and look at that opening. I mean,
That's real time. We didn't speed up the video.
That is pretty remarkable. And at the same time, if I can get back here for 1 second, I just want to show this opening up because the twin actuators on this are a big deal. And this is the sort of thing that an awful lot of boats in this category and this size will have a single actuator. A, it moves slowly. B, if something were to happen to that actuator, you're not getting in the trunk. And here, we have incredible access down here. You can see our big fuel tank, our batteries, our fireboy system. One of the things that I love here on this boat, and this again is unusual on a boat of this size, you don't necessarily have to film it, but I have a Cummins diesel generator here. Many higher level boats have moved to the diesel generator as opposed to gas, just for dependability and efficiency. But they're typically Fisher Panda, which is great. It is a mid-range, very well-known and well-used brand, but it's not a Cummins. And that to me is indicative of the level of product that they're using. This is, I mean, I'm just looking around. Everything is labeled, and I'm hoping we're going to get some film of here later. Everything is clean, everything is labeled, everything is tied off properly, double clamped. It's just a really, really nice engine room, and it thrills me to no end to see that. So, features going on. So we have that, Christopher, can we just shut that down a second? So, we have some features here, like a grill, which I will tell you factually has never been used. That hasn't even been looked at, really. So, you have a grill, we have storage here, we have our sink here, and here we've got kind of a really cool feature. As opposed to a refrigerator, the owner opted for a chill box. So I have a really deep, very chilled, as you see here, that I can take that from cold to freezing for beverages, etc. And it actually makes more sense and is more efficient and dependable than a refrigerator would be. So great space here, coming all the way back. I'm not going to deploy it because we have a video of it, but we had these two wings that open up, side doors, and everyone's got a different term for it. It takes a really expansive, beamy boat and turns it into a beach club. And this is something which I'm a huge fan of. We had them operating, and you can see in the drone video of them opening and closing. Really cool setup. Amazing seating here, which goes backwards and forwards. And I'm not going to illustrate it right now just because the length of the video, but we have our water sports bar back here, water skiing, tubing, all the things that you would like to do. And amazing access to a swim platform. There we go. Brilliant. And this is why we bring the owner along. Plus, you know, it's just so much fun to have more people on the boat. So here we have a huge sunbed. I unfortunately spend most of my time running boats, so this is a great opportunity with Christopher there at the helm to get a little bit of the enjoyment of the sunbed and the spaces here, and that is really nicely done. And of course, flipping it back this way, now you have the seating in both directions. We have our table here. Which is in beautiful condition and incredibly useful, and we like that a lot. Going to go up to the bow of the boat for a moment. This may be the nicest door that I've ever seen on the hydraulic or gas actuated strut there. That is brilliant. Big drain here coming on up. And once again, we have this awesome lounge space. So the difference between this and a traditional bow rider is that the Coast Guard says you can be up here while the boat is underway. And of course, this is such a big boat at the really 47 feet LOA. She is much more seaworthy than a standard bow rider would be. So you get to enjoy this up here safely. You're not going to be one of those people that's on the Instagram photos that haul over and wavy boats and other people doing silly things, because you know how to drive your boat. Here's kind of a neat thing. This is ventilation. If you can see this down here, this leads right into my cabin, so I can get cross ventilation if I'm not using the air conditioning. Drop that back down. So of course an escape hatch also, should need be, windlass anchor, great stainless steel railings here. So we have supports for the sunshade, which we will get up and deploy later. Here's the door I was talking about before. Close everything off. So now that is the main level of the boat. That is the day boat portion of the boat. Magnificent helm. And if we went through this, may not have emphasized the fact that we have the twin Simrad screens, the VHF radio, our Fusion radio, our joystick complete with Skyhook and all the other features that Mercury joystick systems provide, digital throttles, just a really nicely thought out system. And the one other thing here, just show you another electronics right over Christopher's shoulder there, is going to be our electronic windows, both starboard and on the port side, which is super for being able to access docks easily. If you're running the boat by yourself, be able to throw a line right out that window there and tie up while you wait for the crew. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this overall setup. And then of course, there's the whole downstairs that we'll get to in just a minute. So thank you for watching. Rob, Christopher with the Yacht Experts, and moving downstairs next. This is Rob with the Yacht Experts, and I am below deck on this magnificent Schaefer 375. This is our new listing, 2025. Just finished showing off the main level of the boat. Now we are below deck, and I'm going to tell you, this is my first time on this boat, and I am shocked at the use of space. The boat is 40 feet LOA, 37 feet on the deck, and I feel like I'm on a much, much bigger boat down here. Part of it is the windows, natural light everywhere. Part of it is the coloring, but it is solid surfaces. It is really well constructed and just well thought out. So right now I am in the forward seating area, which I have set up with the fill-in. Now, obviously, as with any boat of this structure, this comes out and store away and store away. And then we have our more traditional seating here, very comfortable. All of the cabinetry is beautifully made. No wood laminate here. This is all solid wood, beautifully constructed. You can hear it all the way through. Everything is where it should be. Here we've got a nice big TV, microwave, sink, refrigerator, all of our control electronics are in here. Here we have our generator and our air conditioning systems, etc. And here we have a beautiful head. Come on in here a second, because here we have, this is what we call a dry head. So we have a glass enclosed shower. So I am 5'10". I used to be 5'11", but 5'10". This is 6 feet of clearance easily. Vessel sink, beautiful windows, mirrors, cabinets, electric flush toilet. I mean, it's just well thought out and beautifully appointed. And then, just to continue on in the vein of comfort and just smart design, so now I have the hangout lounge. And if you're like me and you have lots of kids that you had on your boat, at this point now it's grandkids, which is awesome. But what a great space this would be. So this also lifts up and out. So these can be replaced and turned into just a bench. This is set up as kind of a lounging space or a bed. I mean, frankly, how many people spend an extended period of time on a boat this size? If you sleep on it, it's a night here, a night there. But getting out of the elements, getting a nap, coming downstairs to shower and get comfortable in a beautiful air-conditioned space before going out to dinner after spending the day on the sandbar or whatever it is you're doing. That's what this boat is all about. And I am just completely thrilled with every feature that I'm seeing and the level of construction and the price point on this boat. Again, this is a 2025, pretty much a brand new boat, tariff-free, ready to rock and roll. So Rob with the Yacht Experts, my partner Christopher, is upstairs running the boat right now. We look forward to speaking with you about it and making your dream come true. Thank you and peace out.